Med spa owners, if you've been seeing ads like this, I want to explain the issue with this message. This is a current ad running on Facebook and Instagram for Repeat MD.
Med spa owners, if you're running promotions like this, you are lighting your profits on fire. Wouldn't you rather spend your time booking your calendars with high quality appointments that'll buy your high margin services?
So the obvious answer to the rhetorical question here is yes. Would we rather spend our time booking high quality prospects that are willing to pay a premium for our services and buy big packages versus discounting? Obviously, of course, but that is not a reality in terms of understanding the trade-offs you're making from a marketing strategy standpoint. So when you're discounting services to attract new patients, you're making your spa a more attractive alternative to the other options that people have available. So let's say you are located, half a mile down the street from competitor A, and you both have a 4.9 star rating on Google, you both keep up with your Instagram presence, and you got nice looking websites. Ultimately, when somebody's trying to choose where they're going to do business, are they going to come to you for that first Botox appointment? Let's say they're new to town or they've never had Botox before. You are inherently going to make it a more attractive option for people to move forward with you when you discount and promote services with a special offer. So when you do that, your customer acquisition cost goes down. So this is understanding trade-offs. This is very important. You have to understand that you cannot have it both ways. There's a trade-off to be made here. So when you discount and make it more attractive for people to do business with you because the attractiveness of your offer goes up, the cost of customer acquisition goes down. So for every $1,000 you spend in advertising, when you're using a discount-based strategy, you might be able to close 10, 12, 15 plus new patient appointments for every $1,000 you spend in ads. If you just are going to try to win on reputation and try to get people to come in and pay a premium for your services, people that don't already know, like, and trust you, from an advertising standpoint, this is going to be less effective because the attractiveness of your offer is going down. So your customer acquisition cost goes up. So for that same $1,000, you might be spending $300 or $400 potentially just to acquire a single client. So maybe you get 3 clients through the door as opposed to 10 to 15 with a discounting strategy. And you do the financial breakdown and forecasting on that, even if those patients in general are spending more money with you, it's usually much more to your advantage and much more financially lucrative to have a larger volume of patients coming through your door. And the return on investment and the projection that we developed, doing a strategy where you're relying on winning on reputation, what we'll generally see is a ballpark estimate of an 8x return on ad spend over 24 months. When you use a discount strategy, you're going to see an 18x return on ad spend in the example that we have illustrated, not in this video, but I've got a whole thing where I can walk through that separately. But that's the trade-off that you're making. So you really can't have it both ways. When attractiveness of your offer goes up, cost of customer acquisition goes down, you're going to have more butts in the seats for every $1,000 you spend on ads. It's just going to be more effective, right? It's common sense. So when you see something like this, I know the gut reaction is, yeah, that sounds great. Of course it does. But that's the trade-off that you're managing. And usually the trade-off is not worth it. Now, do I agree with them that you don't want to be relying on discounts to be constantly getting people back through the door, your existing patients? Yes, if you rely on long-term discount strategies for your existing patients to be purchasing from you at low price points, you're killing your profitability. So the goal here is to understand a nuanced balance of the strategies. And what we recommend is using discount offers to get patients to choose you for that initial visit, to make the attractiveness of your offer as significant as possible so that you reduce customer acquisition cost. And then nothing shapes perception like personal experience. If people come in and they have a great experience with you, you're going to have some stickiness. People are going to be retained. You're going to have people rebooking for additional services. And we want people long-term staying with us because they know, like, and trust us and paying our normal price points. But when it comes to new patient acquisition, it is a generally much more effective and financially beneficial strategy to leverage new patient discounts. So I wanted to add that because I know you see ads like this all the time and messages from other marketers, and that's the trade-off that you're managing. Really can't have it both ways, and generally it's to your advantage to include new patient promos and discounts. You're going to pay for this either in customer acquisition cost or in terms of discounting. You're paying for it on either side of the equation. It's just something you can't escape.